What's going on, guys? Ted from Immersion here, and today I wanted to do a bit of a discussion video. I do these every so often where I bring up some sort of topic and I talk to you guys about it, and it seems like you guys enjoy them, so hopefully this one will at least spark some interest. So what am I talking about today? Today we're going to be talking about magic items and letting your players search for them. And if that sounds interesting at all, stay tuned. So when I say searching for magic items, and I'm not sure if this is something that's common at other people's tables because I can really only speak for my own, but in previous editions I had always sat down and said, hey guys, listen. You have access to the Magic Item Compendium, which is it was a thing back in 3.5. Magic items were a lot more frequent then as well, but I said basically let me know if there's a magic item that either, maybe you don't have it, or you can't purchase it, or you can't get a hold of it now at your current level, but something you'd like to strive to eventually get, obtain, create, whatever the case may be, and let me know. And then that way, if you really want to get this specific armor or this really cool sword or axe or whatever the case is, then I will build an adventure around that. And I can build a dungeon or whatever the case is to get you to get that thing. And, I always told my players, hey, this is an option for you. And they never took me up on it. It just never ended up happening, and like so many other D&D campaigns, the one that I'm specifically referencing here fizzled out. And I'm pretty sure I gave this as an example to my other players in my more recent 5e games, but maybe I haven't, and if I haven't, guys, I'm sorry. But this is a thing that I wanted to talk to you all about. What are your thoughts on this? Every player, I'm sure at some point has flipped through the Dungeon Master's Guide. They seem like, oh man, I'm a wizard. It would be great to get a set of, robes of the Archmagi. Or I'm a paladin. It would be great to get a Holy Avenger, whatever kind of sword you use. That kind of a thing. And, these particular instances that I'm giving you are legendary magic items, so they should be something harder to come by, and they're going to be super powerful, so getting them should be difficult, and it should be, you should feel like you went through something to get it, rather than just found it in a shop, got it for free, that kind of a thing. So what are your thoughts on this? Your player's like, hey, I'm playing, again, we'll use the Paladin, and I really love for my character to get a set of adamantine plate mail, or I'd love my character to get a Holy Avenger greatsword, right? That's pretty long term, but in the short term I'd prefer to get adamantine plate armor, something along those lines. And then they basically tell you what they want, and then that gives you the opportunity to say okay, well, I've got, you internally can say I've got all these different adventures and encounters and things planned, but now I know that my player wants this, and then you can sow the seeds of, of plot hooks oh hey, did you know that the elves recently started finding an outcropping of adamantine in their woods, and they've been trading it to the local dwarves for something else. So now the adamantine has been established as to where to find it. Players can go find it and maybe craft or get crafted a set of plate mail for that particular paladin. Or there was a legendary hero, or a rumor of a hero, who wielded a Holy Avenger greatsword, and was a great paladin, and fell in this epic battle in this really nasty haunted swamp, and as the story goes, the sword was never recovered. So potentially now your players can go into this swamp area so that the paladin who requested it could find that. But maybe you warned them that this supposed legendary hero was very powerful, and he even fell in there, so that they're not going to try to go in there at level 3, kind of setting up the fact that this is pretty lethal. Maybe they should wait a little while, but you see what I'm saying? The thought process of that? And honestly, what sparked this discussion topic now is in one or two of the games that I'm playing, there's some really cool magic items that I think I would really love to get for my character, But I just was thinking, like, man, I'd really love to go to my DM and be like, hey, I'd really love to get these bracers or this wand or whatever the case is for this character. What do you think? And float it out there. Because, I mean, at the same time, if your DM's a fan of homebrewing magic items or homebrewing that kind of stuff, sometimes you'll end up getting a better item from the homebrew thing that they came up with in their head than if you just pick something off of a list of pre-existing magic items. So that's sort of a double-edged sword in that respect. But there are a lot of cool items that exist in the game that could really help out a character, whether it's to improve their versatility, to just give them hard, crunchy extra numbers, make things better, better saving throws, better HP, that kind of a thing. But I would really like to hear what you guys have to say. Is this a common practice in your games? If you're the DM at those tables, do you allow your players to just tell you, hey, I really love to get this magic item for my character, and just like give them that knowledge to go forth and build encounters or plot hooks or whatever the job board notices rewarding whatever the item is if they go and do a set number of tasks? Do you do Legend of Zelda style, like kind of fetch quest chains where they got to go to this place to get this thing, to then bring that thing to this guy, I'll give them this, then that, and it's a whole long chain to get the really cool item? That's another way you could go about it. But let me know, too, on the player side. If you're a player in a D&D campaign, I'm sure at some point you've been like, man, I really wish I could get this item for my character, and did you feel that it would be weird or out of place to just ask your DM if, hey, at some point, can I get this magic item, or can we work it into the story that this is a thing I could find? Have you done that, and what was your DM's reception of it? And if not, would you feel comfortable doing it? Because I'm very curious to see what other people's mindset is. Because again, I mean, I play a decent amount of games, but I play with a lot of the same people pretty consistently, and I kind of know how they feel about things and what they want to do. So, I can kind of get the idea of like, this is going to fly or this isn't going to fly. But all of you have your own experiences, so I'd love to get that feedback. Because I am thinking very seriously of sitting down with my players for my regular games and reissuing that statement in case I hadn't in a while. Hey, let me know, is there a specific magic item you'd love to get for your character? Whether that be a existing item from one of the books, or tell me about some sort of homebrew thing you'd like to get. Like you'd love to get a shield that works like a surfboard. Or, a shield you could throw, like Captain America, right? Those don't exist in the pre-written games, or in any of the pre-written rules, but I could make something, and then I can, again, use that as a thing to, maybe that's a thing you can only get in a certain town. Maybe there was a hero or a blacksmith who focused on that kind of weaponry, and now I can build a story, and it helps build the world out, and helps make the campaign more interesting, therefore making the player more invested, because there's a thing they want. And it sounds like everybody's going to have a good time. And once one player tells you a suggestion of something they want and they can find a way to get it, then all the other players are going to come back to you and say, oh wait, hey, I want to get this thing. And now if you're kind of struggling at a point where you don't know where your campaign's going to go or what's going to happen, you may have just come up with a whole bunch of new adventures and places, and a whole new kind of mini arc in the campaign of this is the time where all the players get a cool magic item so that they can go fight a final boss later on. So anyway, that's my little discussion there, guys. Let me know what you think. Again, please give me all your feedback in the comments. I'd love to hear it. Again, if you're new to the channel, thank you for coming and checking out the video. And if you haven't and you like what I'm doing here, be sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if you like it. I also stream every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday on Twitch. And every other Sunday, my friend Celeste runs a one-shot kind of every other week here on the channel, on the Twitch channel as well. There's a link in the description if you'd like to check out our Twitch channel as well. We are working to get to 3,000 subscribers on Twitch, and when we do, we're going to have one of my standard players every Tuesday night who has never run a campaign really at all, and definitely she hasn't run one on stream. She's going to run a one-shot for all of the rest of us to play, so that should be a really fun time. If you want to see that happen, be sure to go over to the Twitch channel and give us a follow. Anyway, I'll see you guys at the next discussion video, and be on the lookout for more mini unboxings and fixing it and more top 10 videos as well in the future.